Hey everyone, welcome to another Reality Skewed Gamers video. Today we are going to be talking about the open beta. Now, if you haven't seen recently on the forum post, CG Rydigs put up a post saying that there is now going to be a territory war with unrestricted beta for 10,000 people. And I was lucky enough to be one of the 10,000 people. So what I wanted to do is just kind of go over some of the basics about the beta if you're not familiar with beta testing in general, as well as this specific game. So the first thing is, in the post, if you guys saw it, there was a link in order to download an APK. This is only available for Android devices. If you are on iOS, like I am, you can download an emulator and download the APK onto there, which is what I am doing. So I am playing from my PC on an emulator to do the beta testing. And so there are some opportunities, even if you're iOS, in order to do the testing. And what you want to make sure you do is when you first log in, you do not try and log in with your Game Center account if you are an Android player. There will be a button similar to this one for import account. What you will do is click on that and put your ally code. Remember that you should read all the directions. You are not allowed to use somebody else's ally code. That will get you kicked out of the beta. So just put your ally code in here, and it will load up your account into the beta. Now, the first thing to remember is the stuff that you do in this beta account will not affect your main account. So you can do whatever you want here, fart around with some different character combinations, play around in Squad Arena, do all the fun stuff that you will want. But the key thing to remember is whatever you do in here stays in here. So have fun with your beta. And one of the questions that I've seen in the community, whether it was on the RSG Discord or whether it was just on the forums, is what exactly do you do in a beta? Now, the purpose of a beta is very, very simple. You try to break things. Beta testing is when the developers have the code ready in terms of their basic testing, but now they need massive amounts of people in order to fully test it. Now, this has been asked by the community for a while, and now it looks like the devs are willing to let us in and help them out. So make sure that when you guys are testing, you're doing some key things here that will help out not only yourself as you're getting experience in the new content, but also that you are making notes for the developers, because that is where the improvements lie. So in the beta testing, there are a few things you will want to do. In addition to trying to break things, which we'll get into with Territory Wars, also make sure that you explore all the other things. There are always some Easter eggs that are hidden every now and then that you may not see. So start maybe on the right side, since the guild screen is on the left, and just go through and see all the different things that you can find. And see if there's anything different. I did notice one thing that was different. If you go to any of the challenges, whether it is the ship challenge or whether it is the regular challenge, you will see now the cooldown is 2 minutes instead of 10 minutes. It looks like they are doing potentially something to help us out with the time that is needed, so you don't have to wait 10 minutes between attempts. It's only 2 minutes, which is a pretty nice change. And you'll find some of these like little Easter egg things all around if you explore the entire beta environment. Key thing to remember, beta environment is not final. So all of these things can potentially change. The 2 minutes may end up remaining 10 minutes if they wanted to. So don't get your heart set on anything. Just make sure that you're exploring, you see these different kind of things, and try to find those eggs and test them out. So going back here, one of the fun things you can do is, if you haven't explored already, the arenas are filled with a lot of noticeable names, especially if you have been in the community for a while. Lots of big guilds. There's Dark Lords, Team Instinct, Alliance Alpha, Wallet Warriors, RSG. I'll throw us in there, even though we're more of a YouTube than we are a large guild. But you'll be able to see a lot of recognizable names and guilds in here. This is your opportunity to have fun and play around with the arenas as well, both Fleet and Squad Arena. Now, one of the questions that was asked is, do you have unlimited crystals? And the answer is yes. However, it's a little bit of a backdoor process. You will see that if you click the plus sign and you try to buy more, it tells you that the store is locked at level 90. You'll see that similarly here, where it is locked at level 90. However, there are ways to get around this. Remember, in a beta environment, they're not trying to get you 1,000,000 crystals. They want you to get crystals so you can use it and make improvements so you can actually test out features in the game. So, in order to get yourself crystals, all you'll have to do is go to the shipments, go ahead and spend a lot of your crystals here, and I'm just going to buy a bunch of gear, start reducing mine down, and then refresh it, go back, buy some more, and you'll see here in a second what will happen. So as I buy these last two and I refresh, okay, so now when I try to buy this one, I only have 181 crystals, and I am now trying to buy something for 2,500. So when I do this, I will say yes, and it will tell me I lack necessary funds, so do I want to acquire more? I say okay, and now you get to the screen where it lets you buy crystals. Now, I have no credit card attached to this, so it's not like it can actually charge me. So I can go ahead and pick my vault. It tells me I have received my 15,000 crystals. And you'll see that my crystal number has increased, as well as an email telling me that I have purchased the 15,700 crystals. So again, the purpose of the beta is not just for you to get a bunch of resources and keep on doing things. They want you to spend whatever it is to make improvements on your account so that you are actually testing out different features in the game. Whether or not level 90 is coming, this is potentially another Easter egg inside of the beta, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that. It could just be the way that they're locking the store so people aren't buying some of those things, or it could be that they are actually working on level 90. So just kind of keep an eye out for it. However, level 85 is the max, as you'll notice in the top left. So we will continue with the idea that level 85 is the max. Now, as you continue to go through, just explore again all of the different options, whether it is light side, dark side battles, whether it is galactic war, have fun in Squad Arena. Squad Arena is kind of crazy right now. I did a bunch of boosts and got up to rank 30, I think 5 before I went to sleep yesterday and woke up at 140 because you are pretty much facing the people that are on the top of their arena. So you'll see right now somebody from Dark Lords is number 1. You got a few Team Instinct here. So you have a lot of the top ranked people that are competing in there. And if you want to have fun and try to maintain rank 1, go ahead. The crystals are unlimited. Again, we saw the little challenges Easter egg where it looks like the cooldown is down to 2 minutes. So you guys can have fun with that. And now we get to the main attraction, which is Territory Wars. Now, if you are not in a guild, make sure that you go and join a guild. You will not have this screen where it shows you the guild. It'll be kind of that empty circle. You will click on that. You will find a guild. Right now in Territory Wars, it looks like the minimum is 1 person. However, in the official post for when it's going to go live, it looks like it's 25 people will be needed in order to start a territory war. Try and find a guild that's maybe a little bit full already, so you're not starting a new guild. Don't start a new guild already. At this point, it's probably too late. There's a lot of guilds that are already looking. So go ahead and just join an existing guild. Use the filter on the guild search screen in order to find guilds that have more than like 35 people. Once you are in there, it is going to be critical that if you are planning on doing the beta, that you go into your guild events, go into the territory war, and make sure that you enter into the battle. You'll see that just because you are a part of the guild does not mean you are part of the war. So you'll see that participants right now are listed as 46 out of 50. So there are still 4 people in the guild that have to join in. The player lock, however, is in 1 day and 6 hours. So that is going to be when it is going to be locked out for everyone. So make sure that you are signed up. Looking at some of the details here of what Territory War is going to be. Basically, you're going to be testing the matchmaking. That is going to be one of the key things that you will be testing. With your guild, how do you fare against your opponent? Does it seem like it is a fair matchup? What are some of your criticisms and feedback? That is what they are looking for. As a beta tester, what you are doing is evaluating all the different features of the game and giving your feedback on it. There is an area in the forums now for the territory battle beta testing. Okay, so for those of you that are exploring the forums, which is probably where you heard this in the first place, make sure you are active on there and giving your opinion, but make sure that it's not just opinion. Back it up with some reasoning. If there's something unfair about the matchmaking, make sure you have screenshots about why a particular battle is or is not fair. And positive stuff is always good as well, but obviously we're looking to break this and try to get negative things. So it's going to be testing the matchmaking process. In terms of what territory battles are, guilds will earn banners as follows. So if you set your defense, you'll get 20 banners for setting a defensive squad or fleet. Offensive victories will get you 10 banners for defeating an enemy defensive squad, and 450 for each cleared enemy territory, doubled for the back row territories, and plus 10 for defensive squads. So we'll go through this here in a second. Actually go through the map and show what some of the things that you can work on trying to break as well. But the bonus abilities, there are 2 abilities. It looks like Territory War is going to be focused a lot on the new movie. So you have No Mercy, which is going to be based on First Order. So whenever any First Order ally suffers a debuff or attacks with advantage, they gain 5% critical damage and potency stacking for the rest of the battle. And if you've played First Order, you know that the advantage part in particular is going to come into play a lot. Take every opportunity is for the resistance. So resistance allies have 10% offense for each exposed enemy and gain protection up 15% for 2 turns whenever they damage an exposed enemy. So it means your resistance and your First Order are going to have a lot of worth in territory battles or territory wars because of their bonuses. So this is just the basic details about the fight. Another thing you'll want to review are the rewards. Now, the rewards are what you get assuming that you win or lose. So there is a first place and a second place reward. You'll see that your guild must achieve 600 banners in order to earn the reward. And you see that they're relatively easy to get to 600 because if you have 50 people, assuming you're a full guild and you're putting in 20 per person, you're already at kind of 1,000 for setting your defensive squads. So getting 600 for a full guild will be pretty easy. If you are a guild of 25, you're looking at about 500, assuming you can only set 1. That'll come kind of in the gameplay, so we'll have fun exploring that as time goes on. But you may need to win some battles as well. So it looks like the 600 part is not terribly unreasonable. If you are even a half full active guild, you should have the opportunity to get that. Look at what the rewards are. So you'll see that first place start off with 3 Zetas. So it looks like they're starting to give Zeta mats. And you'll see that it kind of goes down until you're kind of in the lower active GP. So however much your active GP is, again, this is going to go to how many people you have signed up. So you'll see currently, because we have 46 out of 50, even though our beta guild is an 84 million, we have 78.6 million. So we are going to fall right in this active of 70 million to 79.99 million. Versus if we got everybody in here, we would be up a category. Okay, so participation, not only just participating in the wars, but making sure you sign up is going to be critical in the beta. You're also going to be left out if you don't enter. So then there's really kind of no point to the beta if you do that. You can look at the prize boxes, see what the rewards are. Okay. Looks like everything is pretty good. I don't see any Mark IV Carbantes, which makes me happy here. So just some of the little things. Again, explore. This whole thing is about exploring all the stuff that they have, trying to find those Easter eggs, and then trying to break their new content. You're also, again, looking at the second place. Second place maximum is 2 Zetas instead of 3. It doesn't look like there is a huge disparity between the first and second place. At the top, it looks like it's about 250 guild event token difference. It's 1 Zeta difference. Now, the question is whether or not the rewards are worth the effort. Again, that's something that came up in territory battles. It is a fair criticism of that. So if you feel like territory wars is a lot of effort, and again, wait till you play in order to put any judgment, If you feel like Territory Wars is a lot of effort and you don't feel like the rewards are really matching up, let them know. That is the purpose of an open beta, an unrestricted beta, of all beta testing, so that we don't have the same complaints like we had when we went live with territory battles coming in now. Now you have the opportunity to voice your concerns and make sure that you do so. So once you are in the guild, you are entered into the battle, you can go ahead and enter into what's called the preview phase. Now you'll see that there is currently 1 day and 6 hours, which is equivalent to that player lock that you can kind of explore. Now, what it appears to be is there are 10 territories set aside for each player or for each guild. You can't click on the right side, however, you can click on the blue. So when you go to one of the blue territories, you'll see that what are the different requirements. You have to have at least 6,000 minimum power set to this. You have all of those details that you got, which is you get 20 banners for setting a defense. You get plus 10 for the offense. You get something for conquering. You'll see that you have the effects of the resistance and the first order. And so you're basically going to go through each of these territories when you're in your beta test and try to see if you can do whatever it is that is listed there and try to break it. Again, you can try and win the territory war if you want, but none of this goes back to your main account. So trying to win this, while it can be fun, is not going to be the main purpose of the beta. You are trying to test out all of the different features. If you are an officer or a leader in the guild, what you will also want to do is review this command feature. In this command feature for each of the different territories, which I will be working on later, and I'll have some more officers assigned in the RSG guild, you're basically putting in different commands, different temporary messages. You can put in saved messages here. So you can type in your message, you can save it, and then you can also select a command. So you can either tell people to focus engagement on a particular one, or you can prohibit engagement. So these are the things you're going to be testing. Can you, if you leave it as none, obviously it's going to be up to your guild. Focus is going to be directing your guild to attack a particular territory. Prohibiting is going to should prevent your guild from attacking a particular territory. So what you want to do is try and have some areas prohibited, some areas focused. See if you can attack, see if others can attack. Set all of these messages, set all of the different areas to different things. Test it out. Does the resistance stuff work? Does the first order stuff work? This is what you're going to be doing in the beta. And then once you go there, you will get the stat screens. So you'll see the total banners. You'll see the banners from setting defense. You'll see successful attacks. Rogue actions. Rogue actions is because you set something for focused engagement and prohibiting, you will be able to see who was not following directions. That is the rogue actions. So this is beta testing, not really trying to win. So plan with your officers who is going to be doing the rogue actions. Test it out. Make sure that they're showing up correctly. That is essentially what beta testing is. So for those of you not familiar with beta testing and the concept in general, you are testing out all of their new content and trying to break it the best you can. And so you'll go ahead and play around with all of the different features and see all the different things that you can get. Explore all of the different areas. So you can explore all of the different shops to see if anything has changed on you. Explore Galactic War, explore Arena. We saw the changes that I mentioned in the challenges. So go through all of that. Have fun. Play around with this. This doesn't go back to your main account. So you can go around and play around with different squad arenas. You can even max out your characters if you want, because you can refresh these shipments and keep on getting gear. Lot of stuff that you can do with this. Okay? So, again, beta environment, have fun. Try to break things, and make sure that you're working with your guild in order to test out everything, because there are actions and stuff that you want to make sure that you're constantly testing. So, with that, I am Finity for Reality Skewed Gamers, signing out from this introduction into the beta, open beta, and we will have another video kind of later on once Territory Wars actually starts. If you have any questions, hop on the RSG Discord. The link is in the YouTube description below. And go ahead and ask questions, and we can all work together, whether we're in the same guild or not, and try to make sure that we make this beta successful, so when this content rolls out, we have gameplay that we are happy to play. That is the goal. That is what CG wants us to be happy. And so let's make sure that we help them make us happy. So this is Finity signing out.